What if I told you Vlad the Impaler was actually a vegetarian? And that's just the first shocking truth we're about to uncover. Today, we're exposing 5 of history's biggest myths that millions still believe. From a famous Swiss hero who never existed to the real reason behind C-sections, prepare to have your mind blown. And wait until you hear what the Victorians made up about medieval times. Trust me, you'll never look at museums the same way again. Let's start with everyone's favourite vampire inspiration, Vlad the Impaler. Scientists just analysed his letters and found something impossible that changes everything we know about history's most feared ruler. When researchers examined Vlad's personal letters, they found no traces of animal proteins. That's right. The most feared, bloodthirsty ruler in history might have been a vegetarian. Imagine being known for centuries as history's most brutal killer when you might have been sitting there eating salads. Talk about a reputation makeover. But if you think that's wild, wait until you hear about Switzerland's greatest hero. A story so perfect it had to be fake. William Tell, the incredibly skilled archer who was forced to shoot an apple off his own son's head. Well, here's the thing. It never happened. Not only is there zero evidence from Tell's supposed lifetime, but the story doesn't even show up in any historical records until centuries later. But here's where it gets interesting. Similar stories appear in cultures all around the world. It's like medieval history's version of a copy-paste. The Swiss just happened to tell it better than everyone else. Sorry, Switzerland. Now, get ready for the truth about C-sections. No, Julius Caesar wasn't born this way. His mum would have died instantly if she was. The real story behind the name is even more fascinating. Here's what really happened. The name comes from Roman law, not the emperor. When a pregnant woman died, the law, called Lex Caesarea, required doctors to try saving the baby. Pretty different from what you learned in school, right? Speaking of school myths, let's tackle one of history's biggest misconceptions, Columbus and the flat Earth myth. You've probably heard that Columbus sailed to prove Earth wasn't flat. Plot twist, every educated person in Europe already knew Earth was round. The real story, Columbus was just really bad at math. He thought Earth was way smaller than it actually is, and believed he could find a shortcut to Asia. Instead of proving Earth's shape, he accidentally stumbled onto a whole new continent because he miscalculated. Imagine making the biggest discovery in history just because you got your numbers wrong. And here's the most shocking one yet. Those medieval chastity belts you've seen in museums, they're complete fakes, every single one. These metal contraptions weren't even medieval inventions. They were actually created centuries later, mostly as jokes or museum pieces. Think about it. Have you ever wondered how uncomfortable and dangerous wearing a metal belt would be? That's because no one ever actually wore them. The Victorians, who loved making medieval times look super primitive, basically invented this whole myth. They created these belts just to say, look how barbaric people used to be. Talk about historical trolling. There you have it, 5 historical myths busted wide open. Tell me which fact shocked you the most in the comments. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We're exposing history's biggest lies every week. Can't wait for more? Check out our next video. Trust me, your mind is about to be blown twice more.